Hello everybody and welcome to the start of my series, tier lists. I love making tier lists. I'm going to be making a lot of tier lists, so I'm going to start off with something a little niche, something I have expertise on, Town of Salem 2. Now what this tier list is just me going to be ranking every single role and how good they are at achieving their alignment's victory condition. Now, neutral users are the only ones that don't want to win the game. They want to do their own thing, but each alignment has a different way of winning, whether that be town, which is having majority and voting out everything, coven, which is trying to get infighting and kill everything out, and then all the neutral killers just want to kill. But I'm grading just essentially number one, how good they are at achieving that goal. So for example, something like prosecutor is very good at achieving the goal of victory because they can outright confirm themselves and they can get rid of an evil explicitly. The four main things townies are trying to do are confirm themselves in other townies, protect important townies, be able to outright kill other townies, and being able to get information on who evils are. I mean, not kill other townies, kill evils outright, and being able to get information on who the evils are to get them voted out. So, I'm going to skip Bacon Famine here. Admire. So, Admire's rework made it so that way you get a random alignment each night that you need to find out, either town support, town killing, town power, town protection, and you need to find them and ask them out, and then you can give them buffs, you can protect them, and it changes when your target dies. Now, Admire is able to confirm townies and protect them. But at the same time, it's only able to protect a certain townie, and if your town member is someone that is a very low tier, Admire is kind of garbage. And then Enchanter can change up wills to make Admire look fake. Admire is just... no role is really terrible enough on the town that if that's your Admire target that you're just cooked. And even then, they're more than likely gonna die or leave, so you should be fine anyways. I would give this a C tier. It's just... there's just so many better things at protecting townies. Its ability to confirm another townie, and you confirm yourself to them, is good. Actually, it doesn't really confirm. It confirms who they are to you, but you don't get confirmed to them, so you could easily be faking, and yeah, it's a C. Okay. Baker and Famine. Baker is obviously the weakest Apocalypse member, because of the fact that in its base form, it is a nightmare to transform, and when it does transform, it does wipe a lobby and send it into very low amount of numbers. There's at most going to be 4 players left, unless there's a bunch of Apocalypse. So if we're assuming a solo Baker and Famine, yeah, I mean, you're going to get voted out pretty quick anyways. I rarely see the Apocalypse win if it's just a Baker and Famine. I can have to go D just because it's so terrible at really... alone it can still do damage and transform, but the problem is we're not just how disruptive can you be, it's they just can never win. You really never see a Famine get the win. They always kind of like lose at the end and choke. Arsonist. Arsonist, a lot of fun, depends on how you play. If you're someone who likes to be very active in the town, I feel like Arsonist can be very good. Like if you're smart and you talk a lot, you engage, you lead the town, I think Arsonist is very good because you can pose this town power until the late game, and then you can kind of just coast and hope you don't get voted and light everything on fire. And that's usually what most people do, is they just kind of wait to light. But you also don't see Arsonist win a lot of games because of the fact that it's hard to go totally unnoticed long enough to firebomb a whole town. And again, just like with Famine, you're dropping the amount of people left in the game to low amounts, and then you're pretty much a sitting duck. Your whole thing is dropping the amount of people. But Arsonist also doesn't have the out that Baker and Famine does, where there might be another Apocalypse member. Arsonist is just there. Now, admittedly, Arsonist can ignite other people and maybe stay alive, but at the same time, Arsonist never wins because it kind of sucks. It's really bad. And you could also just be killed easily. So, there's that. Berserker and War. Okay, this is the best Apocalypse, and it's not even close. It's a better werewolf, and it can actually win solo because of its overwhelming power. Berserker in War is really good because it can just wipe out large amounts of townies and any evil, and it also has invincible defense, and then it has like rampage, and it's just, it's so efficient. It does what every single neutral killing aims to do, but just like so much better. Its gimmick is just being really goddamn good. It's easily an A tier. But I think just what prevents it from being an S tier is the fact that it's supposed to be with other Apocalypse members. Or sometimes not, so it honestly... No, actually I think no, that is an S tier. That has to be an S tier. It is just so good. It is one of, if not the best, neutrals. Yeah, Bodyguard, okay. I don't totally remember, okay, so don't quote me on this if I'm wrong, but I think Bodyguard's biggest problem is that I think it takes priority over a lot of other town protections. So for example, if there's a trickster or if there's a trap, I think that Bodyguard prioritizes, which means that you're dying for nothing when something else could have done that a lot better. So, again, you're getting something out and you're saving an important person you were on. I think the thing is, a lot of the time Towns it's like an 8 to 7, 8 towns, 7 evils, and being able to stop a town from dying at night, getting out an evil, and then having more majority during the day in order to get out an evil thing. I think overall it does contribute to it. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it pretty well. It's just that, like, because of the fact you can only ever do one thing, it just can't be any higher, you know? And there's things that can also take out opposing factions one time a lot better. Without costing on life. Cleric, okay, after the Poisoner rework, Cleric is literally just the worst town power. It does absolutely fuck all. It is... Oh, another thing I kind of forgot to say in terms of things I'm grading on. If you're a townie and your role is incredibly easy to fake, that is going to count against you because you're going to be less likely to be believed. And just in general, the fact it's super easy to fake makes it kind of bad. It's going to nerf you because it's going to help the opponents win. And again, that doesn't help the goals, so... Cleric sucks. So bad. Technically, it's the only town power that can... town protection that can always keep a town power alive, because all it does is protect every single night. And it doesn't, sacrifice its own life or have cooldown or do something in between. It just keeps him alive constantly, but that's just never really worth it because it's just not good. Its gimmick of constantly being up in terms of no, it doesn't have a gimmick, therefore it can constantly protect, but that's just so useless most of the time, I feel like. It's just terrible. Conjure, okay, Conjure A tier. Conjure's only, it's just you instantly can take out any person. It is just a wipe one player off the map for free during the day, cannot be stopped, no consequences. It's very good, but at the same time, being a one use really does hurt it. It's still, even though it's one-time use, it's easily an A tier just because being able to just instantly get rid of something is so good. Without even costing your own life. Actually, now that I think about it, because if That's actually gonna have to be S tier. It's just, it's really only S tier because of the fact that Coven always needs someone to have a book to kill, and a lot of times when you're killing, it just gets rid of your effect of your ability. So Conjure literally is just, Conjure just becomes a vigilante that can attack every single night for the Coven. It's just so good. Being able to wipe out anything across the map can get rid of any other annoying roll. And it confirms if something is an apocalypse because they survive it, but they're going to get instantly voted out. You literally can just get rid of anything. And it doesn't, and Illumination doesn't stop you from bombing it. There's literally nothing, there's no reason not to. It's so good. There's a reason why every single Coven leader becomes a Conjurer. Yeah, Coroner. Easily the worst town investigative. I have seen people try and defend this and say that's actually really good, but the problem is that, first of all, you can't do anything till night 2. It's able to see who killed someone and then is able to figure out who the killer is. So its actual detection ability of just figuring out who the killer is very similar to Investigators. If anything, it's a little bit worse than Investigator, because if the person who killed them is dead, then you're literally a stick in the mud. Meanwhile, Investigator is always useful all the time and gets going from night 1. So its main ability is just a worse Investigator. And then its ability to figure out who did the killing is useful with a Medusa. Actually, hold up. Yeah, okay, it can now, okay, well, yeah, I mean, that helps it a little bit, but just not near enough to, like, boost it higher. That information is so rarely useful, because a lot of times you just give the book to your most useless member, like, you're going to give it to a Dreamweaver, Enchanter, Illusionist, you know, just some absolute dog shit that you don't give a shit about its ability, right? So figuring out that there is one doesn't really matter, you know? It's just, and with every other rule, it already tells you what it is, so it's literally only useful at figuring out what Coven has the book at that time. And then figuring out who did the kill at that time. It's just literally so useless almost all the time. And the fact that it literally can't do anything night 1 is like, you're just waiting to have to be good. It might not even be night 1. You might not even be able to do anything till, like, night 3. Like, it can just be such a slow start, and you're able to just get nothing out in terms of information. It is so useless. Next up, we got the Coven Leader. Instant S. You can become literally any Coven role. You can change another Coven to be actually useful. And then if you just want to have the Necromonicon, then you get an extra defense. I mean, like, you get defense. Actually, I think you get defense even if you don't have the book. Literally so good. No reason not to use it. Not much more to say. Crusader. God. This is one where I want to give it A tier. And I think I'm gonna, but at the same time, I'm more than willing to recognize that if Crusaders go on a town power, they're just gonna fuck over the town. But so often, if anything, it actually does as the gimmick Clariver can always protect every single night. It's just that it also kills anyone who visits. But at the same time, that also means that it thinks that if the person that attacked the person, it can attack the person who visited. It cleans up evils that go there too, to fake. It's just so good. It's not the best town protection. Actually, it arguably might be. Damn. I mean, I think at the same time, it's the biggest problem though, is also the fact that, like, you do need someone that is worth protecting in order to really get the best value out of this, and you can also kill townies, so that does kind of stop it from being S tier. Deputy. If it was pre-nerf Deputy, easily would have been an A tier because of the ability to, again, just wipe anything off the board. Though this time, if you hit a townie, there's consequences, but at the same time, you're also confirming who aren't revealing, so, you know, high risk, high reward. Not as good as Conjurer, but very, very close. Just because of the fact that Coven has so many more tools to deal with a, like, revealed player than Town does, so. Yeah. But post-nerf Deputy, in which you cannot hurt evils with defense, you do not get confirmed when you shoot someone, F tier. It is a one-time shot on either a neutral evil, a multiple team APOC, or a Coven member. And that's it. And if you shoot something with defense or town, nothing happens. You literally just, if anything, this is actually possibly the worst roll in the entire game. Which is crazy because it used to be S to A tier and then they nerfed it to F tier. Literally fucking pointless now. Yeah, it actually annoys me so much. I used to love using Deputy, but now that they literally nerfed it to uselessness, it's so annoying. Next up, Doomsayer. This is our first neutral evil, and this thing's goal is to guess the rolls of 3 players. And damn, in case you cannot tell, I'm not a fan of RNG rolls, in which you're kind of just playing, which is crazy because a lot of times I love gambling in games and stuff, but like with Doomsayer and Town of Salem 2, nah, Town of Salem 2 is all about intelligence and deduction games, so just gambling, it just doesn't fit in the game. So, no, I absolutely, like, yeah, it's just so hard for it to pull off its win condition a lot of the times, and the problem is every single evil claims Doomsayer to be left alive. No, actually, okay, I'm gonna be real here, I hate Doomsayer, I think it's stupid, I hate playing it, but I'm grading based off of how good the thing is at winning. And Doomsayer wins a pretty decent amount. Even if I hate it, even if it's boring to play, even if it's just a decent amount of gambling, unless you get, like, reveals and confirms, Doomsayer wins like 70% of the time. I'm not gonna put it A or S tier though, just because of the fact that, like, oh god. I'm sorry. I'll admit that it wins a lot, but I can't let it go any higher than B. Dreamweaver. If you've ever played the game before, I don't even think I need to say anything. Its only uses with Voodoo Master, in which if you go on a townie, their votes will be random. If somebody does not visit them. That's its only gimmick. If someone does not visit them the next night, then they will vote randomly until you have died. And they can just say, someone visit me, so your thing is slowly going. It is so insane how goddamn useless Dreamweaver's ability is. Deputy can at least get a kill. Dreamweaver literally you just give Dreamweaver the book every single time because it does fuck all. Literally pointless. Alright, Enchanter. Ugh, another D tier. It's just, ugh. Like, why would you ever want Enchanter? Making stuff seem evil is just... like, damn, I feel like that just, like, never comes into play. No, actually, I'll give it a C, because when it does come into play, it comes in hard, and it can really fuck up a game if there's an Enchanter. And then it also makes it a lot easier to fake claim, because you can say, oh, Enchanter, and other people are like, yeah, I got Enchanter too, as something messed up with my will, so, you know. Yeah, so that's actually, it can be really annoying. So I'll give it that. And its will editing abilities are okay, I guess. It can mess with Admirer, but other than that, it's just, yeah, there's just better Coven. Executioner. Before, Executioner would have been a D, because of the fact that you choose a target and then you gotta get them killed by any means possible, but if you get hanged or cooked. After the rework, you get a random townie that is a non-tap, no, you get a random roll that is a non-town power. I think it can either be an evil or a townie. Hold on. Oh, yes, it will always be a town roll. Okay. Yeah, whatever. That's still incredibly easy to fulfill. Because all you have to do is just get them hanged, and it's really simple if you just claim seer or something, push them, claim sheriff or something. Because in a 1-of-1, they're never going to go for, like... And it's never going to be town power, so you never have to worry about getting revealed. They're never going to go for the TI over, like, the town killing or town protection claim, so... You'll always be fine in a 1-of-1, and even then, if your target does die, you become a jester, which... Yeah, so this is easily, like, an A tier. I feel like executioners just win so often. Hexmaster. God. C tier. It's not consistent enough for me to put it higher. Yes, it can win the game if you get down to it, but at the same time, a lot of times when Hexmaster wins, Covenant's gonna win anyways. So it just never really adds much more pizzazz. But it can be held, and then again, it has to be alive for that. D tier. The fact that it has to be alive for it to do anything is just really hurting it. Illusionist. All it does is just make a Coven member appear good in something. So pointless most of the time. So goddamn pointless most of the time. Holy shit, I have really never seen an illusionist come in clutch. Ever do anything for the team. Investigator. Oh my god. Pre-buff Investigator was terrible. Pre-buff, or pre-rework, pre-buff Investigator was terrible, and then pre-rework Investigator was very interesting, very unique, and then post-rework Modern Investigator is just, God, it is so good. It is so good. It is easily the best town investigative. I think it's better than Seer, personally, because Seer is easy to fake. I just pure guessing, I'll be honest. I fake Seer so often, I get so right and survive so long, it's crazy. And that sounds like Gesture or something. And then Seer can be messed with very easily, and its utilities, meh. I think they both compete for a top spot, though. Investigator is just so good. Anyone that kills, you will find. And if someone trespasses, you're able to see if someone goes to, if who they visited was on the enemy team, which then essentially does a Seer enemies, or if they visit someone that's a Seer friends. It's literally, it's so good. So good, right? Jailer, another S tier. I mean, it's busted, in all honesty. Easily one of the best roles in the game. You every single night, you jail a member. I mean, you jail someone, so they can't perform their action, and they have an unknown obstacle on them, meaning that they cannot be harmed if they're a town power. And then you can just kill them if you think that they're fake. It is just so good. Its only problem is that you can't really confirm it's really hard to confirm who the jailer is, but at the same time, if you fake claim jailer, you know who's gonna kill you that night? Yeah, the jailer's gonna kill you that night. Yeah. So, you know. Not exactly something you want to be fake claiming. Jester. My glorious king. Stand above the rest of these pathetic nobodies as you rise to the absolute top. They could never comprehend you. God, I love Jester. It is easily the best role in the entire game, and it is not even close. You could not convince me in a million years that Jester is bad, because that's simply not true. Jester is love. Jester is life. Jester exists to make Town of Salem 2 good. I love Jester, and I dedicate my heart solely to it. It is easily the best of the best. Jinx. Consistent. It is consistently good. You just kill someone, besides a coven member, or at least attack them, that visits. My microphone has had a little glitch there. That's weird. But anyways, it is simple and it does what it does very, very well. It's what it does isn't that great though, just because. Like it's an extra kill per night, and that's nice. But at the same time, it's also not like confirmed, and you have to go on someone that's gonna have people likely to visit. And then it's also really easy to be found, so it's hard to give it anything higher than B2. Lookout. This used to be one of the best town investigative roles, but now that they changed it so it doesn't have astral visit, which really hurts it. It used to be able to astral visit. I'm almost certain. If you will give me a second. Yeah, it is invisible to wildlings and other lookouts though, which reworked it, which is kind of dumb, but whatever. I don't think lookout was good enough to justify the rework. I think it's still good. I think it's arguably something that will never be bad, just because of the fact that like you can just. It's just so. It's lookout is something where even if you make it so that way, whenever you visit, like. I don't even know. Like, even if you get killed, I don't know. It would just lookout is one of those roles where it is just so hard to actively make it bad, just by the prospect of what it does being so valuable to the town. So even with a nerf, like not being able to astral visit, which is fucking dumb, you're looking at stuff with a telescope. It's not like I'm standing in their face, inside their house looking at them with a telescope. That's so dumb. It doesn't make sense. I hate it. Literally makes no sense, but whatever. Marshall. Oh, Marshall is one of those where whatever you say, people are gonna disagree with you. Because so many games are sold because a Marshall sucks, and so many games are won because a Marshall is good. So I gotta give it A, because a lot of the times it does work. You can make a lot of clutches with the Marshall, you can make a lot of comebacks with it. Marshall's good at what it does, and I cannot deny that. Being able to take out 2 evils per day and give yourself extra votes to confirm yourself, that's good. But also being able to take out 2 townies per day, that's not good. It usually gets at least an evil, and I think that's a good enough trade. Mayor. Jesus, I fucking hate Mayor. I hate Mayor on my heart and soul. Annoying role, because I feel like every single time one of my teammates get Mayor, they just immediately start acting like an idiot. Like there was Mayor, I'll lead the town. Let's get the confirmed seer, guys. They just play terrible. I've never Mayors just always play terrible. But it is a town power, so I can't deny its usefulness. Medusa. It prevents other factions from being able to see what the role of the person that was stoned was, and now that stone lasts after the turn that it was inflicted, and it can be triggered by other forms of death, it's pretty good. It's very useful. Medusa, I fucking hate Medusa. I hate playing against it. It is so infuriating to play against a Medusa, I can't lie. But it's not infuriating enough to give it A or S tier. It's good, but it's not really good. Monarch, C tier. It's another one where I feel like the people who get Monarch just instantly start randomly knighting evils, and they just never do good. It would just be so, and it also is not gonna, you also can't confirm that you yourself is the Monarch. So, it's just, ugh. It can be decent. being able to survive stuff as long as you have someone alive with a knight, but at the same time, it can also be really bad. So, yeah. Necromancer. Easily an A2. After the rework of not being able to summon minions that essentially do an astral visit for you, or attack something, it had a really weird interaction with Jailer. I remember that Jailer wouldn't know that there's a Necromancer, which is very interesting, but whatever. So not being able to astral visit anymore and being able to trigger veterans or bodyguards or stuff like that for free does hurt it, because that was one of its best utilities in Night 1, was that you could use it to get rid of any bodyguards, or to give a fake veteran confirmation shot, or just, it was just so useful. It was like Astral Visit on steroids. So yeah, Necromancer is very good with that, but the rework now allows it to use bodies in multiple times, so I think it's a fair trade-off, and I think it allows it to keep its A spot, but I also don't think it's busted enough. If it was able to Astral Visit on steroids and have multiple times, it would easily be up here with Jester, because that is just such a good combo. But alas, they didn't decide to, completely screw the game. What do you know? Oracle. Oh my god, Oracle is just one of those roles where I feel like it never gets value. You can only protect each name once, and yeah, that's just like, what? Like, it's so easy to fake, and it's just so bad if there's not enough confirmed people. Like, I don't know, I feel like it just isn't, like, worth it at a certain point. Ugh, I don't know. I'm actually gonna drop that to D tier just because I feel like it never gets value. Pirate. If it was pre-rework Pirate, it always won. Pre-rework Pirate always won. Because the townies let it live and the evils didn't want to kill it because there was no point. Post-rework Pirate is still an A tier because you still win a lot, I feel like. Like, I feel like you win maybe 70% of the time, but at the same time, it's just not on the level of, like, Executioner and Jester, in which you're just unstoppable at winning. And you almost always win, because, like, I know they're on the same tier as Executioner, but, I could arrange these by how bad they are, but at the same time, I guess I'll do that at the end. Plaguebringer and Pestilence. It's decent, and it kind of forces players to not visit each other when it transforms. It's very easy to transform. It's consistent. It's decent. I'll give it a B. It's pretty good. Now I'm going to say Poisoner. Either Roblox or acts as a socialite. And before, you used to be able to poison and kill a target, but that was pretty toxic because it was just a confirmed easy guaranteed kill, and people did not like that. Before it was like an A tier, and now it's like a B tier. Just because, I feel like people that play, it's just, there are a lot of roles that can confirm that it is Poisoner instead of Tavern Keep that visited. Especially if, like, Socialite is sometimes being used, so you're kind of like forced to choose one or the other, else you're going to be outed as a Poisoner instead of a Socialite or a Tavern Keep, whatever you're saying. So, it's hard to get value out of it because of the rework, but it's just not, I actually gotta give it a C, it's just not that great anymore. Potion Master, Reveal or Shield, very useful. Before, you used to be able to use it with Ritualist to get a guaranteed kill, but after that rework, it's kind of worse than Witch. Being able to shield is decent, but, like, that really only comes into effect when, like, when one of the covens is confirmed evil and there's someone attempting to kill it. I almost never see shield. So, its reveal is kind of a little weak now. But still good. Prosecutor. Easy S tier. So good. You kill anybody, guaranteed, APOC or anything, because it bypasses defense because you instantly hang any person, and you can do it twice. You confirm yourself. What, like, it is literally the best town role in the game by far. So good. Psychic. It's easy to fake. Its information is usually useless. What is there to like about Psychic? It's the second worst town investigator role. You just never see it. Nah, actually, that's not even true. There are a lot of bad town investigator roles. But it's down there. It is never as good, you know? Retributionist. Retributionist is on the same level as Necromancer. Because it's literally just Necromancer. They're the exact same role. One's for town, one's for Coven. Actually, they're both still A tier. It's just Necromancer is better because it can also use evils. But at the same time, that also means it can also be found. It has its offsides. Ritualist. A tier, you're able to kill anybody if you can just guess their role right. Really good. Not much to say. Serum is an S tier. You check 2 people and you see if they're friends or enemies, and that's just so valuable. Because you are forcing a one-off on every time, or you're confirming someone using another confirmed person. It's a nerf to not being able to target people multiple times and not being able to use reveal. People dropped it from being the absolute greatest town role to just being a really damn powerful town role. Serial killer. Another one you almost never see win, just because of the fact that, like, you kill 1 person per night, you have defense, and after 2 kills you get to rampage. It kills jailer if it gets jailed and doesn't get executed, and it kills tavern keeps that go on it. That's just, like, that's just not really useful, though. Because it requires one of those roles to be in the game. In Rampage, you know, we already have this guy that can rampage and does it a whole hell of a lot better. And then we have this guy that rampages and does it more consistently. And does... No, it does the same amount of damage. Yeah. Sheriff. Well... Yeah. No, it's up here. But yeah, all Sheriff does is check a person, and if they are Coven without book or a neutral evil, then or neutral apocalypse, that is a berserker, then they're sus. It is incredibly easy to fake. It is messed with by a lot of different roles, and overall, it is just a bitch. It doesn't do a lot. Sheriff rarely ever does anything, and a lot of times if you see someone claim Sheriff and they get a very early sus, they're probably an executioner or an evil or something. Shroud. Shrouds win a bit more often. Shrouds win a decent amount of serial killers because they can take advantage of seers to get 2 kills per night. They can get passive kills that are really hard to detect. Shrouds are really good at just, like, they get kills over time and they make themselves known, but it's just so hard to figure out who this Shroud is, other than just either dumb luck or, you know, the end being all towns versus 1 Shroud. It's not, like, incredibly consistent at winning the same way Pirate or the neutral evils are and stuff, but it's still good. It's on the level. It's good. It's probably the best neutral killing at winning. Socialite. C tier. God, I feel like Socialite just gets so annoying. It prevents people from visiting, but, like, man, that just, like, never does anything, you know? Like, you could theoretically prevent an evil, but, like, so good at town power. So good at town protective, and you can only prevent them once. So. Soul Collector and Death, A tier. Definitely the second best Apocalypse member. Because now, after the rework, Soul Collector makes so anyone he visits is seen as a Soul Collector by town investigators and whatnot. So that causes a bunch of chaos, and then Death is literally just vote me or lose. And Soul Collector is guaranteed to transform after a certain amount of time. It's a while, but it's not that hard to do. Especially if you have a team. If you have a team, you almost just instantly win with Death. But it's still just not S tier worthy, just because you can get it out pretty consistently, especially if you got the tools. Spy. One of the better town investigatives. Not really. It's pretty mid, but at the same time, it's like... being able to see every single hidden status effect is just it's pretty nice. I think it's a lot better at confirming what rules are out there, because it can confirm what evils are out there, and then it can confirm, well, if someone is role blocked and they okay, I'm role blocked. It can do a lot. Very versatile role, and it's very good. Tavern Keeper. B tier, you just role block someone so they can't move. That's it. It's pretty useful, but not amazing. Tracker. B tier. See where someone goes. Very simple. Not much to say. You can find if an evil visit and you got the kill, but at the same time, a lot of times you'll... No, I'm going to give that A, actually. It's really good at what it does. Being able to confirm people or being able to figure out you got the kill. Pretty good. Trapper. Yeah, it's not good. You can only do something every alternating night. You get to do something unless no one activates a trap, in which case you just place it there and wait. And you either figure out if there was something that visited, and then you'll get notified of it. Not who, but just what. Or if a harmful visit, it'll act and kill whoever visited. And it's just like not that useful a lot of times. Trickster. Oh my glorious god, Trickster. It is so dude. It's better in every single town protective because it stops the attack, takes the attack for you, and then you can attack anyone with it. Literally better than Vigilante. Protect. It's just so good. It is better in every single town protective and does their job better, and it's also really good at kills. It is so underrated. So good. Veteran. Man, Vet Bait is just so goddamn fun that even if it kills townies a lot, I still gotta give it A tier. Vigilante, B tier, just because of the fact that with the rework, you don't get all your bullets loaded instantly after night 1, and you have to wait. But you also don't die if you shoot a townie, but at the same time, you also can't do anything if you shoot a townie anyways, so it's kind of like, yeah. But still, decent. You get to kill people, and getting kills is good. For a town, it's like the de facto town killing. Voodoo Master. B tier. You just silence a player, which is good and has a decent amount of combos to use it with, but at the same time, after the Poisoner rework, it doesn't have that combo anymore. Then you're left with Dreamweaver, which is, you know, Dreamweaver. So it's just meh. Werewolf. C tier. It can kill consistently enough that I don't want to say it's useless. But it also just doesn't win a lot. Town killings are really bad. I mean, neutral killings are really bad at killing. I feel like, you know, like they just like never really win. It can be scary in the end, but you're almost always going to be figured out pretty soon, you know? You also have built-in tracker that lasts multiple times, but that just kind of like never really comes to your favor a lot, because I feel like whenever you fake claim tracker, you almost always get figured out, so, eh. Wildling, very good, great informational skills, you know, it combines lookout and tracker into one, and then puts it on the Coven team, and because of the fact that the lookout rework, you can claim lookout, because it doesn't, you know, do the whatever visit anymore, I mean, astral visit, so... Very good. Great at getting information. Oh, and you can hear whispers. It's just so good. And then Witch, S tier. You control a player. You get your role is revealed. I mean, their role is revealed. And you control them to someone else. It's just so good. You can make town killings, kill a player and get themselves screwed over. You can make a knight. You can do a lot with a Witch. Alrighty, I'm gonna arrange this guy real quick just by how bad they are, with the worst ones being in the back and the best ones being in the front, so... Alrighty, and there we go. That is the completed list with the best role being Jester and the worst role being Dream Weaver. It's pretty varied, as you can see. I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of green at the top or at the bottom, or a bunch of purple at the top or at the bottom. Like, the game is really good at balancing. I'd say the only roles that are consistently things like Apocalypse and Neutral Evils are pretty high up, and then like Neutral Killings are pretty low, with their highest being Shroud at the third highest in B tier, which is, you know, a decent amount above average. But actually, if you look at all the roles you have, it's about the middle of the pack because of just how many are in A and S. So yeah, tiny bit above average is the best Neutral Killing. They're just not that great. But yeah, that has been my stellar Town of Salem 2 tier list. And if you have any disagreements, come on down in the comments and reply. Oh, and if I were to place Amnesiac somewhere, it'd be right there.